Pirates' victory last night. They have a chance to go into the All-Star break strong. An opportunity to take 2 out of 3 here today from the Cubs. We're with you from Wrigley Field. And welcome to the booth. Joe Block and John Wayner with you here today as the Pirates back in action one final time before the All-Star break. And they were expecting Jameson Taillon to make the start today, but after going out there, it looks like he will not be the starting pitcher for the Pirates here today.
Hopefully just an illness. We don't really know a whole lot at this point. We just know that Jameson went out there. He started doing some stretches and stuff like that. And Ray Searage said, hey, we got to go with Chad Kuhl. Chad Kuhl now going to start this afternoon. Todd Tomczyk went out to check on Jameson. Again, we don't know. Hopefully it's just an illness, not an injury. But Ray Searage goes over things with Cervelli. Chad Kuhl will be an emergency starter. He did pitch Thursday in Philadelphia. He went 7 strong. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, only threw 95 pitches. Can't expect a long outing from Chad Kuhl this afternoon, but obviously he's going to get pushed into service here, and hopefully he can give Clint Hurdle and his teammates, 4 or 5 strong innings.
Yeah, needless to say, on 2 days rest, first time in his career, Chad Kuhl has done that here today. And coming up, the offense will have to help the Buccos. Andrew McCutchen's been doing that. Why? We'll break it down next as we continue right here on Root Sports. Chicago, as folks are gathering outside the new plaza here. Got baseball for you coming up as we get into the All-Star break after today. And, a guy that doesn't want to take a break right now as we look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, Andrew McCutchen. Over the last 6 weeks, he's been the best hitter in the National League. And a big reason why is his ability to hit off-speed pitches. Look at the difference. He's been one of the very best in baseball by a large margin. 488 against 136 over the last 6 weeks. That's a huge difference. Why is this changing now for Andrew McCutchen?
I mean, it's remarkable, the turnaround, and I think a lot of it has to do, well, with mechanics, for one, and the other thing is to do with confidence. And when you're struggling, it's hard to be confident, and that's what Andrew McCutchen was doing. He said he was too rotational, which means the bat's coming in and out of the zone too quickly, among other things. And so, you know, everything seems fast. You're out in front of the breaking ball. You're late on the fastball. There's pitches that you almost can't reach. And so here's kind of what we mean. Earlier in the year, you see on the left-hand side, that's a breaking ball. It's still on the plate, maybe a little below the knee, about knee high. Everything is coming off the ball. The front shoulder flies open, the hips are gone, the head starts to fly, and he can't reach. Now, last homestand against Tampa Bay, Archer, a slider, nasty, down and away, it might even bounce in the dirt. Andrew McCutchen is able to stay on it and hit a line drive over the second baseman's head. Look at his head right there. It's following the ball. It's down on the ball. On the left, the head is coming off the ball. See also on the hips, the torso of Andrew McCutchen. On the left, he's almost facing left center field. On the right, his belly button's on the ball towards right center field where the ball was going. He's able to stay on it. The hands are staying back. The front shoulder's not flying open. And he's able to reach those pitches. The first 2 months of the season, he couldn't even reach them, so he was out in front and swinging and missing at a lot of them. The other thing is the hands are quick again, so he's able to get to the fastball. That fastball in, a home run. Just the last road trip in Philadelphia, that fastball up and in. There's not many hitters in baseball that can hit that. Andrew McCutchen made it look easy, a flick of the wrist, because the hands are working. He's not as rotational. He's not flying off the ball, which means the shoulder's staying in, the head's staying down, and balls are going out of the ballpark.
And McCutchen and the Pirates going for their second consecutive road series victory here in Chicago. Baseball coming up next right here on Root Sports.
Is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the largest health system rated #1 in the region for all the things that matter most. And by Kenny Ross Subaru, total confidence pricing. Let's go Bucks!
And here at Wrigley, Clark the Cub and taking some pictures. They have a mascot here last few years now. Getting you set for baseball. We're finding out that Jameson Taillon indeed scratched because of flu-like symptoms today. So Chad Kuhl on 2 days rest will at least start the game for the Pirates. And as you alluded, Rock, we'll see how far he can go today. And with the All-Star break coming up, at least the Pirates bullpen he's relatively well rested and will be well rested for their next game no matter what.
Yeah, I guess timing wise, I mean, the day before the break, yeah, you got everybody available in the bullpen, I would imagine. Unfortunate that Jameson's under the weather, but glad it is just flu-like symptoms and not an injury. It almost looked as if Chad Kuhl was kind of waiting in the wings just in case. So I think they had an idea, maybe not a total shock to Chad that he's in this game. Didn't spend a whole lot of time warming up. It didn't appear. But we know the type of guy Chad Kuhl is. He's a bulldog. He's aggressive. He probably welcomes the opportunity and wants to go as deep as he can.
And for the Cubs today, the left-hander John Lester scheduled to start. It does start. And another packed crowd here at Wrigley. Pirates have won 4 out of 5 here now so far this season against a Cubs team that one day from the break is a game under 500. And very much like at PNC Park, kids on Sundays taking the field and getting an autograph before the game today. Let's take a look at the round 4 lineup for the visiting Buccos. Clint Hurdle has his 9 in there today with Josh Harrison atop the order. Francisco Cervelli moves up to the 2nd spot. McCutchen and Freeze in the middle. Josh Bell with 3 hits last night. Jose Osuna in the lineup as well. Jordy Mercer at short. Max Moroff gets a start today at 2nd. And now Chad Kuhl on the mound. You'll see all R's and S's on there against the lefty John Lester. And Josh Harrison doesn't get a break. He's going to head to Miami and participate in the 88th Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
And the veteran John Lester, not a great year, especially after what he did a year ago. Just 5-5, a 3.94 ERA. He has been inconsistent. Still strikes out a little more than 1 per inning. Opponents hitting .252 against him. 13 long balls. Always have to mention the breeze here at Wrigley. A little breeze blowing out, not much. But with Lester, if he's on his game, he could be tough. If he's off, he could be had.
Not much of a factor, it looks like, here so far today. The Honda defense for the Cubs is Kyle Schwarber's back out in left field. John Jay gets a start in center. Jason Hayward 6 assists out there in right. Bryant Russell Happ at 2nd today. Rizzo at 1st. Wilson Contreras about major league average in terms of throwing out base runners. Something that John Lester has been very, very good at this year. He's, in fact, the best at having runners thrown out behind him in all of baseball. I don't think we would have thought that a couple of years ago. Made some strides in that department.
He still doesn't throw over to first, but he gets the ball to his catcher a lot quicker.
Josh Harrison back in the lineup after taking his birthday off yesterday. Happy 3-0 to Jay Hay. And an inauspicious beginning with Adrian Johnson working the plate today. So he makes up for it with a base hit.
Well, nicely done. Pitch out over the plate. Goes with it. Hits it right off the barrel. Right back up the middle.
Well, let's look at our Rivers Casino tips to win for today. What do you got, Rock?
Well, on O, let's have a good day for the Jays, especially with the P in your city. The Pirates, the Jays, you hope to have a good day. That's Josh Harrison, Josh Bell, Jose Osuna, Jordy Mercer. And have a bullish pen. Obviously, with Chad Kuhl rushed into action, don't expect him to go too deep in his ball game, so the bullpen will have to be strong.
Francisco Cervelli in the 2 spot today. So no Polanco, no Frazier. Jaso also sitting. All the lefties seated against Lester today.
Also wish the Jays in the booth a good game.
Yes, a lot of JOs in action today. JON Lester.
We're not rooting for the Jays on the other team. If you have a C, if you're from Chicago, whether it be John Jay or Jason Hayward or John Lester or Jim DeShays.
TV analyst. There's John Jay, the Pirate killer through the years. Cubs had to sneak him in for 1 game of the series, right?
Yep. And Cervelli never seems happy when there's a strike called against him, but as you can see there, right at the bottom of the zone, Outside corner. Perfect pitch from Lester.
Ten steals for Harrison. And so far this year, Contreras thrown out 27% of attempted base stealers, but against John Lester, runners have tried to go 22 times. Half the time they've been thrown out. 11 times. That's the most of any pitcher in baseball.
And again, the best way to stop the running game is get the ball to the plate quicker. And that's what Lester does.
That's a fair ball. And Bryant hooking up with Rizzo to get the out. Nimbly done. Does move up Harrison though with one out.
Yeah, nicely done on both corners. Nice bare hand play by Bryant and nice footwork by Rizzo. We thought this was going to be a base hit for Cervelli, but a clean grab with the bare hand, and then Rizzo switching feet, reaching high, and gets Cervelli by a step.
Nice to have a 6'3" first baseman over there. Now Andrew McCutchen batting with the man on. 295.
Good afternoon today for McCutchen. He could be coming out of the All-Star break hitting 300 or better.
That's something else. Yeah. A year ago today, all the numbers way south of where they are right now. He has been the best hitter in the National League, leading in batting average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage since that magical May 26th date that we profiled earlier. That was right after that series in Atlanta where Clint Hurdle sat him down for a couple of games and came back and made those adjustments that you so acutely detailed. The player of the month in the National League for June, and in July, not slowing down.
Almost as many RBIs in June as he had in April, May combined.
You saw only 2 so far, both on home runs in July. One thing that the Pirates that they were doing very well in June that they haven't done so far in July is those top 2 spots in the order getting on for him. He's batting a lot of times with the bases empty.
Yeah, you expected him to go back to the 3-hole and have a lot of opportunities to drive in runs, but that just hasn't been the case.
And ahead 3-1. Chad Kuhl going to start today. Jameson Ty on a last-minute scratch with flu-like symptoms. Work on 2 days rest. Down toward the corner. And a fair ball. Harrison's going to score. And Andrew McCutchen's continuing to scald the ball, and he gives the Pirates an early lead.
Give him an opportunity with the runner in scoring position, and John Lester didn't want to pitch around him, came at him. And Andrew McCutchen, this will be a cutter that's in on the hands. Hit hard. McCutchen kind of waiting. He thought maybe it would hook foul, and perhaps it did.
Ooh, well, Joe Mann wants to challenge it. And we'll find out. Challenge this, and there's not a lot of room down that left field line. Will it be a definitive enough to overturn it? It's a big swing if it does.
Well, oddly enough, Andrew McCutchen's got a bat in his hand. I haven't seen a view that's that definitive.
Our Allegheny Health Network Super Mo, and does it hit any of the line? Oh boy, maybe a foul ball.
again, is it definitive?
Yeah.
That's
in the judgment of the umpires in New York. They're going to have to.
Oh wow, they just showed something up here on the board that showed the ball mark, which was clearly outside the
foul
line.
ball. Cubs win the challenge, and McCutchen has an RBI double taken off the board. Well, he'll just have to do that again.
We don't see that very often, where you have a hit and an RBI and it's taken away. There's a good shot at the spot, just outside that line, and
that's how good Andrew McCutchen's been, right? He can hit a foul ball and still drive it a run.
yeah. Well, the shadow looked to be on the line. It doesn't count.
Tell why that's a difficult play for an umpire. That's why you have outfield umpires for the postseason. I'll take a walk, which now if the Cubs could replace that double with, they certainly would. So 2 aboard with 1 out. Lester a little bit of difficulty here early.
Usually don't get a second chance to work around a guy, and I think after Andrew McCutchen hit a pretty good pitch, that up and in cutter that hard and just missing the RBI double, Lester figured, I can't give him something to hit again.
So Harrison, the lead runner at second. They're going to talk things over with David Freese coming up.
It wasn't much of a conversation. Contreras went out, said something. Lester did not say anything in return.
Contreras likes to visit the mound a lot, so you see that, but a very quick visit. Freese has hit lefties very well, though Lester not an ordinary lefty. In his 2 years with the Pirates, .324 against southpaws. Heading in the cleanup role today, looking to do just that. Held up a swing.
Checked it. Pitch just below the knees.
And everyone's going to be safe. That should have been a possible double play ball. And instead, the bases are loaded with 1 out after the error by Bryant.
It's one of your tougher plays for a third baseman. The dreaded 2-hopper with topspin. And Bryant got caught in between. He could have maybe taken a drop step back and got himself a longer hop, or he could have went to the ball and got a shorter hop, but instead he stayed pretty much where he was, and he got the in-between hop, which are always the toughest to pick.
10th error on Bryant, and with the bases full of buckos and 1 out, Josh Bell. 16 home runs. That's a rookie record for the Pirates in the first half of the season. And some speed on the bases too.
Oh, that one, I think Josh Bell wishes he can get that one back. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. Up, out over the plate where he can get extended. Thigh high. See kind of by his reaction. And that one not too different than the one before. Not as high. Backdoor cutter.
Harrison a leadoff single at third now. McCutchen walked at second. Freese reached on the error. Out to right. And down for a hit. That'll move everybody up. Josh Bell with an RBI single. Pirates lead 1-0.
I think that's a mistake pitch. I'm not sure Lester wanted to leave that pitch there. I mean, he's got ahead. He got ahead of Bell. He had some pitches to waste to maybe get a chase.
It looked like he went back to the cutter and left it down the middle. I mean, it's at the knees, but that's pretty much down the middle. And for Josh Bell, that's a good piece of hitting. Just trying to make contact, hits it on the barrel the other way.
And that error costing the Cubs. Pirates have a lead, looking for more. Bases still loaded. Jose Osuna. Another rookie. 239, 5 home runs. Very good hitter last year in the minor leagues against lefties. This year still adjusting. Now ahead 2-0.
I like his patience. Jose Osuna, you don't see him very often go up there and react over aggressively in situations like these. Took a good hack at that. 2-0, got a good pitch to hit. Just came up empty. And he was looking to drive one.
At 2-0, right? Why not? Bases loaded, 1 out, a run in. Out and down toward the corner. Schwarber can't get there. Here comes McCutchen. Freeze right behind him. Bell into third. 2-run double. Jose Osuna. Pirates up 3-0.
That's a big hit. Jose in the starting lineup. And he took that big hack 2-0 at the fastball. And I think Contreras and Lester thought, boy, there's length in that swing. Maybe we'll try to go up and in on Jose Osuna. And so that's what they tried to do. They throw it. You see where Contreras is set up. It's up. Maybe not as in as far as much as Lester wanted it. Didn't get all of it. Tied up a little bit was Osuna, but strong man sends it to the wall. Big 2 RBI double.
RBIs 21 and 22 for Osuna. And Rock, the Jays with the hits. Harrison, Bell, Osuna. Here's Mercer. Second and third with 1 out. Mercer had an important run-scoring extra base hit yesterday, padding the Pirates' then 1-run lead to 2. Bell at third, Osuna at second. And 2-0, and Lester has thrown 26 pitches already. Makes their day. Meet a major league player. And this is all after the Cubs won a challenge that took an RBI double off the board.
Yeah. Lester being careful with Mercer. First base open.
Bryant's error opening the door for this. It's a foul ball. 3 runs across. Bell and Osuna driving him in. Mercer's hitting .300 this year with runners in scoring position, so he has been one of the better and more reliable men in clutch situations. And he continues to be. 1 is in. And Osuna rumbles home. It's a 2-run single for Mercer. And he'll move to second as the ball gets away. 5 runs in the first for the Pirates.
What a great start for the Jays. Beautiful.
You called it, Rock.
I'm surprised, really, that Lester was coming at Mercer. I mean, he went way away the first 2 pitches, then a backdoor cutter to go to 2-1. Count goes 2-2. He tries to throw the cutter in, leaves it on the plate too much. Mercer finds the hole. And Schwarber trying to throw that ball away to the plate, misses the cutoff man. It gets away, so Mercer able to move up to second.
On the error by Contreras, second error in the inning by the Cubs. Max Moroff, the number 8 hitter, So think about this. Chad Kuhl is going to bat in the first inning. He wasn't even supposed to start today, and he's going to bat in the first inning. It looks like. Pitch number 31. Pirates with 5 across against John Lester here in the first inning. Off in there at second base today. Lester facing all right-handed batters. 3-0. Well, you look at it, and you know the Cubs. John Jay just had to pitch the other day on Thursday when the Brewers won 11-2 here. But you know, you think about Kuhl pitching on 2 days rest. The starter's not going to go very deep in the game. How long is the Cubs starter going to go in today's game?
Yeah, it's a lot of pitches. 32 already. 1 out.
And on 3-0, Moroff green lighted. And mostly, or almost half balls so far. So, been behind a lot of hitters.
Not only not in the strike zone, but when he's been in the strike zone, he's been in the strike zone, like in the middle of the strike zone, which is not a good place to be.
And Moroff works the walk. Well, this was the other day, Thursday. The Cubs were on the wrong side of a one-sided affair, so they went to a position player to pitch. John Jay. And he's, I mean, you know, he's not trying to hurt his arm out there. I'm sure he's not throwing as absolutely as hard as he could, but I couldn't imagine as a hitter trying to face a guy who's literally throwing half as hard as the other guys.
It looked like slow pitch softball, really, and that's below hitting speed for these guys at this level.
And got through it. 5-0. Kuhl batting here in the first inning. Jamison Tyone scratched with flu-like symptoms. Kuhl pitching on 2 days rest, has yet to pitch. Mercer with his 2-run single at second. Moroff worked the walk. And that caught a piece of Contreras. He's writhing in pain. Did it get him in that bare hand? Oh, yeah.
You see it more and more where catchers just kind of leave that bare hand hanging.
Kuhl ahead in the count. One is down. Rizzo throwing out Kuhl on the sacrifice, and Kuhl does the job moving the runners up. So in this long and arduous first inning for Lester, one of the 2 outs he's gotten has been on a sacrifice.
Certainly hasn't been the same guy as the Cubs ran out there last year. Just inconsistent. The stuff looks about the same in terms of velocity. A lot of fastballs and cutters. The location has been not as good.
Harrison led off this inning with a single. 10 Pirates have come to bat here in the first inning. This will be the 40th pitch coming from John Lester. He might have been behind every hitter so far today. 2020 is pretty blurry right now for Lester.
That's a lot of pitches. And you have to wonder when a guy goes out there and he throws as many innings as Lester did, you know, not just the 202 plus during the season, but throughout the postseason. If that affects a pitcher the following year. I mean, it's affected a bunch of these Cubs pitchers this year.
Joe Madden has said that too. The Cubs managers said a lot of performance could be chalked up to that. Any team will trade that though.
Oh yeah.
Now 3-1 on Harrison. Mercer at third after his 2-run single. Moroff worked the walkies at second. How about another 2? And he walks Harrison. They're loaded again. And Chris Bosio has to come out. First time Lester has had a 5-run first inning in almost 5 years. And you're getting to the point now, I mean, 43 pitches. He's a veteran pitcher, but for younger arms, teams will not let anybody have this kind of a pitch load for an inning. So if he doesn't get Cervelli, then McCutcheon's coming up, and that you're starting to look toward the end of Lester's day if he doesn't get Cervelli here. And he's been behind ball 1 on 8 of the first 10 hitters. It's a very warm day too. It's 85 and sunny, so physically demanding inning for him too. Behind again, ball 1.
You don't notice, you never see any emotion come from John Lester, but I have to assume that he's fuming inside. I mean, that has to be frustrating.
Cubs fans find them down 5 before they bat. Pirates fans just enjoying themselves right now. Looking for more. That should twist into the seats, and it will. So Cervelli made the only unintentional out so far. He grounded out in the first inning. An error by Bryant. It was not a routine play, as you detailed, on a backhand somewhat in between hop, but he might have been able to turn 2 on it, and if that were the case, it could have been a scoreless inning for the Cubs.
Yeah, that's.
Mike Montgomery has to get up.
I mean, I'm not going to dispute that it's an error, but it's a tough play, especially when you get caught in between.
Now ahead on a hitter. Pirates with 5 here in the first. 11 men have batted. They've got the bases loaded. Trying to add another punch. Well, needless to say, regardless of this at bat, it is going to be a game populated by the bullpens.
Oh yes, yes. The bullpen, both sides will see a lot of relievers. And I don't know the last time I've seen a game where a pitcher thrown this many pitches in a single inning.
I don't remember seeing this. I'm sure it's happened. Another one too. No charity. He's nearing half 100 right now.
I think that's the one tough thing about being a starting pitcher. You wait 5 days, sometimes longer, to take the mound, and if you have a rough day, a rough start like Lester, and now especially with the All-Star break, how much longer he's going to have to wait. Who knows when he's going to pitch after the break. But man, I mean, you have to wonder if he's always going to come out next inning, even, you know, after close to 50 pitches, maybe more.
Base is full. Now 3-2 on a good take by Cervelli, and that'll put the runners in motion.
Body language suggests Lester wanted that pitch. Francisco Cervelli was hoping to get that pitch, but you see, 4 or 5 inches. Cervelli, you hold your breath. Please don't call the strike.
50th pitch coming with the bases full. They're moving. And they'll have another. I can't remember in any minor league or major league game seeing someone throw 50 pitches in an inning.
Never.
We're still in the top of the first, folks.
And I'm going to guess this will be the last batter he faces. I can't imagine, even if he gets Cervelli out, I can't imagine him coming out in the second inning. I could be wrong, but this might be it for him.
Well, Lester has never done this. This is the most pitches he's thrown in any inning in his career. This will be the 8th one to Cervelli. And that one's deep out to left. Schwarber looks up, and there it goes! A grand slam for Cervelli! 9 runs here in the first! What an inning for the Pirates! You gotta be kidding! Cervelli works an 8-pitch at bat, hits a grand slam to left. They've got 9 in the first.
Unbelievable. What an at bat from Cervelli. What an inning from the Pittsburgh Pirates. More high fives for the Cubs fans, the kids over by the Pirates dugout. And Cervelli, second at bat of the inning. And a bomb. And Lester's still out there. What is going on?
3rd career grand slam for Cervelli. 9 first inning runs for the Pirates. And McCutchen hits one out. Deep to left center. Jay at the track. And there it goes! Put it on the board! 10 for the Pirates in the first. Unbelievable! Andrew McCutchen with his 17th home run. 10 first inning runs. And they're still not out of it. You'll never see this again. Wow!
No, you won't. You won't ever see it again. A 10 spot. What an afternoon. What a start. John Lester has to be the roughest inning of his career. I can't believe he's getting booed after what he did for this city a year ago. But not happy with his performance today. Not the fans, not John Lester. Wow.
Wow is the only word you could say. What an inning. And it's not over. Cervelli with his 3rd career grand slam. This is absolutely unbelievable. And an 8-pitch at bat. He took a couple of borderline ball 2, ball 3 to get there.
And that wasn't a bad pitch. He had to go down and get it. Just caught the sweet part of the bat and gets it just high enough. Oh, goodness gracious. And Andrew McCutchen, fastball middle in. We showed it to you in the open. You can't come into Andrew McCutchen right now. That great bat speed. Didn't quite get all of it. He got enough of it.
Back-to-back home runs off Lester. What an unbelievable inning. That is still not over. 10 runs and 2 outs. And this has never happened in the last 100 years in baseball, where the Pirates have knocked out a starting pitcher with 2 outs or fewer and scored 10 runs. Never happened in 100 years against the Pirates.
That's hard to believe. This whole inning, hard to believe. And my goodness gracious,
this is the best first inning the Pirates have had in terms of knocking out a starter ever.
I mean,
and it ain't over yet.
Chris Bryant, he knows that.
I mean, this could have been a scoreless inning.
Yeah.
It was not a routine play. It was not an easy double play to turn, but he had a chance at one.
Montgomery, 66 2/3 innings, so he can give you some length, but just 1 and 6 with a 3.65 ERA.
Chad Kuhl wasn't even supposed to start today, as he's filled in for Jameson Taillon, who had flu-like symptoms. He's already batted. He hasn't pitched yet.
Neither starter still.
Neither scheduled starter. An hour before the game is still in the game, and we're in the top of the first inning. That's why you watch every game. You never know what you're going to see. David Freese reached on that error earlier this inning. This is the 13th Pirate to bat here in the first inning. Grand slam by Cervelli. McCutchen is homered. 2-run double by Osuna. 2-run single by Mercer. Bell driving in a run. The only Pirate to not score in the inning is Kuhl, who gave himself up on a sacrifice.
Yeah, how about that?
Montgomery part of the rotation, but going into the break, the Cubs need some length. And look at some Point Park tweets today, and yeah, it's I don't know what you could say. It's one of those innings that you see every maybe once or twice a generation. Yes. Had Freeses aboard. Not over. 10 runs and counting. And still just the 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. This game started 35 minutes ago. First 10-run inning. And that's any inning in more than 8 years for the Pirates. And it's not over with Josh Bell. He's going to bat from both sides of the plate here in this inning. Oh, I beg your pardon. Thank you. That's why you were shaking your head at me.
No,
sorry about that.
Still righty. That was.
I wrote down Montgomery as a right-hander.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I looked at my sheet. I should probably look at the mound. That would tell me. I think everybody's head spinning right about now.
Yeah, it's been crazy first inning, and Montgomery's like, what's wrong with that? Contreras held it there for a moment. That breaking ball looked like it was at least at the knees, but Adrian Johnson not giving Montgomery that call. But yeah, that was a good pitch.
Pirates have not had a 10-run first since 1989. Another base hit. Hitting is contagious, and right now the Pirates have malaria.
Yes, they do. The 7th hit in the inning to go along with 4 walks. A huge error by Bryant. 7 for 9 the Pirates are in this first inning.
Jose Osuna with a 2-run double earlier this inning. He is the 15th Pirate to bat here in the first. Lester gave up 10 runs, 4 earned in his 2/3 of an inning. And through 53 pitches.
So the Pirates are going to see 65 pitches at least in the very first inning.
Osuna didn't get all of it. And Jay with the foul out. 15 Pirates back. They score 10 in the first for the first time since the first Bush administration. And now Chad Kuhl, who wasn't supposed to start today, will have a 10-run lead with which to work. 10 in the first, sending 15 to the plate and knocking out John Lester. I didn't know that they had a 10 number to put in there. First time with 10 runs in the first inning here at Wrigley Field since just after World War II.
Pretty remarkable. And
70 years ago.
Lots of fun.
That's the last time you saw Pittsburgh at 10 here on that scoreboard. Let's look at the lineup for the Cubs. John Jay will start things with Bryan and Rizzo 2 and 3. Mount Lebanon and Happ cleans up. Schwarber, Contreras, and Hayward, with Russell batting 8th, and Mike Montgomery now pitching for the Cubs. And Dan Zangrilli, former radio pre- and post-game host, on our Point Park tweets. Top of the first, but so long Chad Kuhl will no longer be pitching on short rest.
That's pretty funny. And you know what I think is interesting too? Chad Kuhl is going to take the mound as a starting pitcher with a 10-run lead, pretty much knowing that he's not going to get a W.
Yep. Got to go 5 innings to qualify.
And chances are, I mean, he might. I would guess that he won't. 3 and 6, a 5.03 ERA. That continues to drop as he's been pitching better and better. 82 in the third inning, 65 punch outs. He's pitching on Thursday night. Just 2 earned runs through 7. Last 2 fastballs to even the count. Whoa. Could hear Adrian Johnson say that's in. Pretty close pitch. Had late movement, late tail. Looked like it might have caught that corner. He's had a tight zone. That pitch was indeed on the inside corner. And home plate umpires, they look over the inside corner. And that's the pitch they don't normally miss.
Working quick with a 10-run lead. And he'll strike out Jay. So 1 out. 10-0 Pirates. And the defense trying to keep that lead. And Andrew McCutchen in center field. Harrison and Osuna flanking him. Freese, Mercer, Moroff, and Bell, with Francisco Cervelli doing the catching here today. And even though I would have 4.5 days to do it, I'm not going to attempt to say anything about walking back to Pittsburgh.
Oh no! Yeah, no, no, that would be silly. That first pitch to Bryant was right down the middle. Call a ball. And, this will be a long night or a long afternoon, maybe into the night, if the strike zone remains this tight. And you see that first pitch right at the knees.
Not quite to Enrico Palazzo proportions just yet.
I would assume if you're down 10, you don't get the green light. 3-0.
And a walk. Kuhl is pitching on 2 days rest. He pitched a career-high 7 innings on Thursday in Philadelphia. And Jameson Tyone, a very late scratch with flu-like symptoms, and taking the ball today. And Ray Soich, I'm very glad he is, but thinking that he won't go very far no matter what, especially now with this margin. We'll play that rhythmic introductory music for Rizzo, which is half-heartedly applauded. Down double digits before he gets to bat first.
Talked so much about Chad Kuhl and the spike in velocity this year. And for a sinker ball pitcher, which was kind of how he was labeled in the minor leagues, and you wonder, with just 2 days rest, with the big lead. You kind of back off and try to just throw more strikes with movement.
I don't think that's in his DNA.
Taking anything off. It doesn't seem like it, not in his young Pirates career at least.
And the Pirates have, instead of trying to encourage that before, and really maybe kind of almost change him a little bit, they've now started to embrace what you're seeing from him, and that's just rear back and fire.
99 miles per hour. Rizzo able to waste it. Maybe a back foot slider. He left that up at 88. And you wondered, I mean, adrenaline will get you so far at major league level coming into pitch. And how does he feel? How does the arm feel? Is there still soreness? Any fatigue from Thursday night?
To the left. Jay playing out there today. And 2 are away. It's not a misprint. 10-0 here in the first. Most of the Pirates were not born the last time they had a 10-run first inning. McCutchen was, but he was 2 years old.
Cervelli and McCutchen with the 2 big swings. Cervelli the grand slam. McCutchen followed that with a homer.
Came to bat. Ian Happ, native of Mount Lebanon. The home run yesterday. Josh Bell in that first inning, a couple of singles, drove in a run. Jose Osuna with a 2-run double. Both got to bat twice. Osuna's the 6-hitter.
Yeah, he's a 6th hitter. You know, a lot of times you're not batting until the 2nd inning.
He faced 2 different pitchers.
You never bat twice in the first inning if you're batting in the 6th spot.
And that was before the Cubs got to bat at all. Well, the Pirates with 10, and now I know it sounds silly, but you can't coast with 9 innings left for the Cubs bats. That's the funny thing about a 10-run first inning.
Yes.
They have 25 outs left.
Yeah, you never want to relax, and they got guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark all through this lineup. And with the breeze not blowing real hard, but there is a breeze which will help. On a neutral day with no wind, it's a very hitter-friendly ballpark. The gaps are very short. You got the wind breezing in, it'll hold it up a little bit. Joe Madden has to be wondering what's going on.
Came back over the inner edge. Happ is gone. Cool. On 2 days rest, a scoreless first inning.
Broncos put up 10 in the first inning here at the very friendly confines of Wrigley Field here in Chicago. Strange start for the day, though. Let's take you back to about 9:40 this morning when Garrett Cole was out throwing his bullpen session. This coming after his start 3 days ago. Now, he was not available to pitch today. Here's why. Because Jameson Taillon went out to warm up. He's today's scheduled starter, has flu-like symptoms. He can't go, so we go back to Chad Kuhl off 2 days rests. 7 innings and 95 pitches the other night in Philadelphia. Yeah, you're the guy, and because we didn't give you a lot of time to prepare mentally, we'll make sure we take care of things physically as your offense puts up 10 runs in a top half of the first, guys, that went almost 40 minutes. Yummy.
Well, thank you, Danny. Yeah, that's those are one of those innings that you'll never forget. I mean, it felt like, you know, on the last day of school, you know, in elementary school or maybe even middle school, and it just, you knew it was going to be a great summer coming, and no more teachers or dirty looks or anything like that. It was euphoric. It was everything that you wanted to happen was coming true and more all at once, and that's what that number 10 in the first inning signified.
Well, let's see if we can score 10 more.
Yeah, why not? Number 10.
That'd be a record, I would guess.
So, yeah, I think 20 in the first 2. I don't know how many times that's happened. Seen a team score 30 before, but long way to get there.
You've seen a team score 30?
Not with my own 2 eyes in person. But Bob Walk's seen a 10-0 game before after an inning. Yeah, and he knows exactly what we're talking about. Jim Rooker was on the air that day against the game with the Phillies. He said he'd walk home if the Pirates lost, and the Phillies won that game 15-11.
Hard hit ball there by Mercer, but right at John Jay.
So Montgomery came on for Lester, who went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 10 runs and 4 earned. Moroff walked among the 15 batters that came up.
For Max, off to a rough start. This kind of game could help you relax at least. You know it's pretty one-sided. If you still have the nerves or the pressure of performing, a game like this will help you just kind of get the box nice and relaxed. Really no worries. Just try to react to what you see.
That'll be the strikeout completed there. So 2 up and 2 down in the second inning, and the Pirates hosting the rival Cardinals on Friday when the Pirates resume the second half of the season. That's at 7:05 at PNC Park, and head on out for a Barrel Kia block party on Federal Street featuring live music, alumni autographs, and a line in Kugel Bar. So get your seats. Lock them in at pirates.com/tickets. So Chad Kuhl will bat twice, and a half an hour before the game, Jameson Taillon was slated to start. He had flu-like symptoms and he was already batting again. He's the only Pirate that did not score in that first inning.
Yeah.
Because he gave himself up on a sacrifice. Has a chance to register his first hit of the season. Montgomery pitched back on Thursday, and he got knocked out after 2 1/3 in a game on Thursday where John Jay pitched. So the Cubs, unless they come back in remarkable fashion, will go into the break 2 games under. Montgomery retires the side after the 10-run first, a 1-2-3 second.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. If we lose this game, I'll walk back to Pittsburgh.
It's the voice of Jim Rooker. And Bob Walks take to a 10-0 lead back in '89. And Steve Bedrosian ended up shaking hands after because the Phillies won that game 15-11.
Isn't that ironic that Bob Walk started that game?
Because Jim Rooker ended up living up to that promise in some tweets. Yes, if we lose, I'll walk home, and he eventually did. And Edward, thank you for doing the math there. 147 hours it would take for me to walk to Pittsburgh, so I'm not making that promise. I don't have that much time during the break.
You're a faster walker than that.
Yeah, that little one was born during the first inning. Now is already celebrating her first birthday. 10-run inning, 15 men came to bat. But Jim Rooker ended up walking from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh for charity, which was a great gesture, I thought. I remember hearing about it on This Week in Baseball, and that's really neat. Hopefully today it will be a little smoother. But we will see a lot of different pitchers as Cool pitching on 2 days rest. Schwarber swung a hot bat last night. And bangs one off the ivy for a leadoff double. And this is back in '89. After the year was over,
At least all of this is going for a
Jim
good
Rooker,
drive.
all right, starting the walk across the state. Going through Amish country, highways and byways. Meeting some friends along the way too. And then finally back in the Berg. And at Three Rivers. That's neat. And the Cubs starting to awaken here in the second. How far do you think Cool can go today after throwing nearly 100 pitches?
I can't imagine him throwing more than 70. That would be my guess. I'd be surprised to see him even go that far. If he's efficient, he's able to be in the zone and get quick outs and not have too many long innings. I mean, he threw over 20 in the first. And I would think a couple of 20-plus pitch innings. I can't imagine him going much further than that.
So Hayward. And a play ball would help out here. 251. Half a dozen home runs. Cubs trying to get their first action. And injury to insult.
One of the few batters nowadays doesn't wear any shin guard when they come to the plate.
Does it slow you down at all when you're running after a hit, or did you ever wear one?
No, I don't know. I can't imagine. I mean, now, although some of them today you see are pretty bulky.
That's his foul. Well, the Pirates, if they prevail today, will have won a series 3 out of 4 in Philly and would take 2 out of 3 here against the Cubs. Trying to take a little momentum into the break. Still hanging around. And depending on what Milwaukee does today, the Pirates could find themselves as little as 6 games behind the Brewers, but in 4th place going into the All-Star break.
Well, we said it Friday when we came in here. I mean, for the Pirates to creep back into the division and have a chance of winning the division, they have to win these series against teams from the division.
As we start on this Sunday, that's how it looks. The Cubs right now poised to be at least 4.5 back and under 500 at the break after winning the World Series last year. The Cardinals also a down go of it. Brewers streaking into the break. Walked off yesterday in New York, snapping their 4-game winning streak.
Every time there's a game like this, whether it's the last game of the year or the final game before the All-Star break, you know, a lot of players make arrangements to fly home or to go on vacation or a break, and you always wonder, you know, did they push it a little bit? Did they make that reservation? You know, let's say it's at 5 o'clock, and then you hope for a fast game.
This game starting at 12:10 local time.
I remember, and again, I remember, I think it was the final game of the year. We were at Shea Stadium. The Pirates and Mets were tied in the 9th inning, and it was either the last game of the year. It might have been the last game of the year. And the Mets had, I think, the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 9th of a tie game. And I know some players had some flights. Well, the Pirates brought in, I think it was Brad Klontz. His first pitch was a wild pitch.
There's one, and the relay is plenty late. Cubs will get on the board.
We can give Hayward an RBI, but yeah. So whether Klontz was one of those guys that had an early reservation out of New York, but he came in and threw one pitch, a wild pitch that ended the season. And yeah, I wondered at that point in time what time his flight was, because it ended very quickly. It wasn't even close either.
One of those things we may never know until the Brad Klontz story comes out.
I must say that was 99.
Cervelli trying to keep cool that way.
But yeah, there's still a lot of ball game left. You see the Cubs now on the board, 9-run lead.
Wind not a factor today, but it is warm and summer-like, and here in this ballpark usually that means some offense. We've already seen it.
I mean, it would be a shocker to see, the next 7+ innings to go scoreless. So there will be more runs put on the board, and my guess by both teams.
Emptying out the bullpens. Jameson Taillon scratched with flu-like symptoms today. Less than an hour before his scheduled beginning. Poole gets the second out. 3 strikeouts for him. All the charts put together. Who would have thought we'd see Chad Kuhl face Mike Montgomery in the second inning?
Amazing.
John Lester, the Cubs starter, knocked out after 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 10 runs, 4 earned, and threw 53 pitches. The Pirates saw 65 pitches in that first inning. Kuhl gets the Pirates through 2. Cubs get a run. And it's 10-1 here on a hot day at Wrigley. The Rex turning it up. The Pirates turning it up as well. And a 10-run first inning on our UPMC scoreboard. It's 10-1. And during the break, getting that grand slam ball out. And a souvenir for some kids. Hopefully they didn't throw that one back.
I'm sure Francisco, maybe he would have liked it.
That's how many they scored in the first. Pirates enjoying the early fruits of their labor. Knocking John Lester out of the first inning for the first time in his 335 career starts. Having some fun with that little bucko. Oh, look at that. Dad isn't as convinced about the Pirates yet, but maybe he'll change shirts. Josh Harrison batting for the third time as we start the third. Heading to Miami after this. Participate in all the festivities. Got underneath it. And carrying all the way to the warning track.
Like I said, a little breeze will help the ball carry here. It's still very, especially that part of the ballpark where Josh just hit it. I mean, it's not very deep.
Cervelli with a grand slam in that first inning. That took it from 5 runs to 9. His 3rd career grand slam. And before anyone could throw the ball back, McCutchen hit another one. And Lester was then pulled. Oh my. I don't want to get anybody hurt today. Cervelli had a couple of shots yesterday. One in the forearm, one in the inner calf area.
That looked like right on the outside of that left knee.
Trying to make sure he's all right. Ben Potenziano, assistant athletic trainer, will come out, and so will Clint Hurdle. Well, if they're coming out, it must be at least moderately serious for Cervelli. He got hit in the forearm yesterday, and there was a conversation at the plate, but seemed to be okay enough to play today.
It was a breaking ball. Yeah, it looks like a curve ball. Hard to tell if that was, I thought maybe below the knee, maybe in the shin, upper leg. Yeah, shin. That doesn't feel good. You bump your shin against the end table, coffee table. You know that's smart. So curveball, even 75 miles per hour off the shin, doesn't feel good, but just a bruise.
So he's there. And a man aboard for Andrew McCutchen. He walked and homered in that first inning. Up to 297. Getting on base more than half the time over the past 6 weeks. Errors for the Cubs in that first inning.
Yeah, he's just so quick. That pitch was supposed to be away. This is the home run pitch, and it comes in. And I'm just telling you, he didn't quite get extended on this like we've seen, and that's why you saw a little more height, a little more backspin. It didn't clear the left center wall by a bunch, but you know, the head down, belly button on the ball.
Underneath that one. Jay will have the second.
And he knows that just missed another one.
Yeah, if you get a little bit more of it, you don't have to, like you said, you don't have to get it all today. Very warm, summer-like. It had been cool here the last couple of days. Mid to upper 80s. Mike Montgomery on in relief for John Lester. Got 2 outs and faced 12 batters in that first inning, throwing 53 pitches. according to a tweet from SportsCenter, fourth pitcher in the last 100 years to give up 10 runs and not make it out of the first. So not a way to go into the break, but he and the Cubs will have a chance to resume. And it's interesting, you know, for the Cubs. I wonder, you know, we keep hearing, well, they might, you know, we'll turn it on in the second half. We'll turn it on in the second half. And a lot of people expecting the reigning champs to play better. Will they?
Yeah, you never know. Again, it's always going to be about starting pitching. You know, the Cubs offensively haven't been the same team as they were a year ago either, but you know, their starting pitching was so strong and so healthy last year.
They had 5 guys make 29 starts or more. And basically flawless health.
Yes, and so we've already have some guys banged up. Lester not having the same type of year, nor is Arrieta.
Kyle Hendricks has been on the DL most of the year.
Yeah.
ERA leader.
Lacking on the DL.
Leading the league in home runs allowed. Lacking. There's Kyle Hendricks. He's nearing a return though. But yeah, for the Cubs, their bullpen has been good. With the starting pitching. It's been lackluster. Offense coming in that bottom third in all the baseball. Josh Bell, 2 singles in the first inning. Drove in the game's first run, the first of 10. 2 men aboard here with 2 outs. Pirates have already drawn 5 walks. Cubs have made 2 errors. And that's what I mean. You know, the Pirates, if they win today, it'll be 5 of 6 that they've won here at Wrigley. This was, get the out there. This was becoming a place of very difficult to win, but the Pirates have had some success here. And they've got a 10-1 lead. When the Pirates take on the Cardinals at 7:05, first 20,000 fans take home a Let's Go Bucks t-shirt thanks to FedEx Ground and Ivanova. Every fan goes home a winner on an Eden Park Scratch-A-Win Saturday too. Get your tickets at pirates.com/free shirt Saturday. God, it looks like Chad Kuhl wearing a Jameson Tile jersey.
Yeah.
Well, Jameson Tye some flu-like symptoms, a late scratch today. Hopefully he'll be feeling better right after the break. But Chad Kuhl stepping up today on 2 days rest. And will pitch into the 3rd inning. He was staked 10 runs after a frame. That helps. John Jay, strikeout victim back in the 1st. Kuhl at 41 pitches through the first 2. Cubs converted a leadoff double last inning.
What you want to try to do, stay ahead, throw strikes, no free passes. Didn't get a call on the second one, now behind 3-1.
Make it a little bit easier to pitch in short notice and short rest. When you have that lead, and just go fire and challenge. But that's the thing that has troubled Kuhl, especially early. Last couple of starts he's been a lot better, but just simply commanding the fastball.
I mean, for whatever reason, I'm sure he wasn't trying to walk John Jay there or walk Bryant back in first. But, as a pitching coach and manager, I mean, that's you want. First pitch strikes, work ahead with a big lead. Trying to stay efficient, especially when you have a late scratch.
And Wade LeBlanc starting to loosen. Well, with the All-Star break, 4 days off coming up, both teams will have to empty out their bullpens today. Both of their Thursday starters are currently pitching here on Sunday. And on Bryant, made an error in that first inning that kind of a tricky play, but as it developed, if he gloves the ball, it looks like it might be a double play ball. That 10-run inning might have ended up being a 0.
Yeah, very well. I mean, if he makes the pick, it's probably an inning double play.
And instead, the Pirates' most prolific first inning in 28 years. Kuhl's never done this before. 2 days rest. And might be running out of gas. Lefty batting Rizzo on deck with the lefty LeBlanc loosening.
Yeah, this may be it for Chad. Who knows? I mean, we're in the 50s.
This next pitch will equal the amount of pitches that Lester threw in his start today. He had less than half the time. And he's walked back-to-back men here to start the 3rd inning. Kind of hard to really get a feel for what Chad's doing on 2 days rest. Well, looking at what's going to happen after the All-Star break, our Nissan road ahead, and the Pirates will have Chad Cole subject to change, of course, in that second day. Garrett Cole will start the opener against the Cardinals at PNC Park, and then Trevor Williams slated to be in Game 3 of that series. We'll have all the action for you.
Yeah, never know. Jameson Taillon scheduled to pitch the 4th game after the break, but that may change. I mean, I don't know if they'll want to give him that extended rest as Ivan Nova.
He's going to go in that 5th game, and that was to get him an extra couple of days, because he's probably pitching career high in innings. He's among the league leaders in innings, 6 2/3 in the victory last night. The conference ends with Cool still on the mound here. 2 men on via the walk, 3 walks issued by Cool. Will face Anthony Rizzo. He's actually a better hitter against lefties in batting average and with power. There's 1, 2, a double play. How about that? Right after the pep talk, Chad Kuhl induces Rizzo into the double play.
I think, if you ask a pitching coach, that's probably the one result they want more than any other when they go out to the mound to talk to a pitcher. 2 on, nobody out after 2 walks. Chad Kuhl wondered, if he was going to get to face Rizzo with LeBlanc loosening in the bullpen, and perfect grounder to more often. Nice feed to Mercer. Strong throw easily. Double play with Rizzo running.
First double play turn today. That puts Jay at 3rd, but now 2 gone. Ian Happ struck out looking his first trip. Well, before his first trip a few weeks ago as a player to PNC Park, he hadn't been there since he was hanging out with the left field loonies out there. Go to games all the time, and grew up watching Niger Morgan and Brian Giles and Freddie Sanchez. He said those were his favorite players. So now facing the Pirates.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Happ down on strikes. So Cool rebounds very nicely after the first 2 walks, a double play and a strikeout, keeps it at 10-1. Full first inning. John Lester getting the start, and Josh Bell starting the scoring with an RBI single. Jose Osuna whipping a 2-run double. Pirates weren't done yet. Jordy Mercer with a 2-run single. It was already 5-0. Pirates restarted a rally. And Francisco Cervelli on the 8th pitch of the at-bat. A grand slam out there to left. It was a 9-run inning. It was not done. Andrew McCutchen, the very next batter, still off Lester. 10 runs for the Pirates. And the Cubs would finally pull him from the game after 2/3 of an inning. Meanwhile, Chad Kuhl pitching on 2 days rest after back-to-back walks to start the 3rd inning. Getting a couple of earlier strikeouts and then getting that double play. 1 pitch after getting visited by Ray Searage, and he comes back to strikeout Happ for his 4th strikeout of the day. And so the Pirates keeping it at a 10-1 margin as we begin the 4th inning on this warm, sunny Sunday afternoon here in Chicago.
Keep adding on.
Bryant's error followed a walk by Andrew McCutchen. He originally had ripped what was called an RBI double. The Cubs challenged it and won. The Pirates took a run off the board and then put on 10.
And that's a trade you'd make.
Lester had 6 of those runs unearned in his 2/3 of an inning, and Mike Montgomery came on. And he's pitched as long here today as he did in his start on Thursday. Chad Kuhl, who also started on Thursday, filling in for Jamison Tyone. Flu-like symptoms, a late scratch, so he's gone 3 innings today on 58 pitches. 2 days rest. And Garrett Cole earlier through his bullpen session for the day. Cole had pitched on Wednesday. He would have probably been a more logical guy, but he had already worked in essence. Reminds me of a story of former Pirate Lee Tunnell. Remember that name?
Yeah.
The pitcher. He was making his major league debut. Didn't know that he was going to make his major league debut. He had thrown batting practice already on a day at Dodger Stadium. And Osuna going to have his 2nd extra base hit. Going to dig that out of there. Osuna there with a double there to start the Pirates' 4th. But that day at Dodger Stadium, he got the call shortly before game time that John Candelaria couldn't pitch, so he had to face Fernando Valenzuela in L.A. And he beat him 1-0.
Yeah. And, you never know. Osuna, he knows how to hit. He picks up his 9th and 10th doubles of the year, and for a big man, a short swing. Fastball right on the corner. Short and quick and through that fastball.
Well, Clint Hurdle stacking up the lineup with lefties and switch hitters today, and you know, Osuna last year against left-handed pitching in the minor leagues, he hit .352, and now this year hitting about what he does against righties, but you know, that might be something that happens down the road. Is this one going to stay fair? Yes. And into the seats, but that plates a run as Jordy Mercer with 3 RBIs today. Pirates lead back up to 10.
Jordy thought it was a foul ball. That's pretty funny. Off the bat, I was watching him watch the ball, and he wasn't running hard to first, so I didn't know if he thought it was going to hook foul. See him holding on to his bat. He's still not sure. Watch as he goes around second. Nope. Let's go grab the bat again. And the umpire at second base, Gary Cederstrom, was waving him up. Come on, that's fair. You get another double.
Back-to-back 2-base hits. Moroff will try. So Osuna with his 2nd run scored today. 14 doubles for Mercer. He's driven in 3 already. Coming into the day batting .300 with runners in scoring position. That's gone up. I wish I could hit.
Well, you never know. Wade LeBlanc might get an opportunity to hit because it looks like he's going to come into the ball game. There is a pinch hitter on deck.
Phil Goslin just recalled over the weekend. And Moroff is retired. That's the first out. And look at Mercer, 10-run lead, playing the game the right way.
Yeah. And again, it's a situation where it's an easy out. It's deep enough. And catch makes the first out, so sure, move up 90 feet where another fly ball could score you.
And so Chad Cole, who came in today and worked at short rest, will be done as the bullpen brigade will take him the rest of the way. Phil Goslin, who has hit well at AAA, looking to try to translate that here in his first year with the Pirates. Cool 3 innings. That helps the cause. And 2 days rest.
See what he gets to hit here. This count 2-0. You want to get that RBI. The Cubs are playing the infield in. So you want to get it out of the infield. Pick up your 3rd RBI of the year. Boy, he gets a breaking ball. 2-0 from Montgomery. This is a situation 3-0 should not be swinging when you're up 10.
Take a 4-pitch walk. And Montgomery, who just pitched on Thursday too in his start, he might be tiring a little bit here in this hot sun. Men at the corners and some activity. Dylan Floro called up over the weekend. Well, most games you're going to get 4 plate appearances, but not usually by the 4th inning.
No.
Harrison has now come up for the 4th time. Scored 2 runs out of the 10 in that Pirate first. Mercer at 3rd. Goslin across the way. And LeBlanc is next. Some wild ones here through the years. There was a game in '79 where the Cubs and Phillies scored a combined 45 runs.
23-22.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't get to that kind of scenario today. Well, that's why you know when you saw Mercer tag up, it keeps you it's only the 4th inning of a game here. And if the Pirates can score 10 in an inning, what's to say the other team can't? So you got to just keep trying to add on.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be smart about it, though. You're not going to risk moving up if there's going to be a play. It's one of those things where you don't want to make it look like you're running up the score. You don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Feel like you could move up the base without a play. When you're going to advance. Breaking ball coming in on Josh Harrison. That looked like it was going to hit him, and somehow he was able to get the bat hit out.
But he's A little bit steadier now out toward left. This one out toward right. Will it fall? Tracks it down. And so with 2 away, let's go back to the studios. Robbie and Smokowski checks in with a game break. Sure will, Robbie. Miss you. And thanks to Dan Potash for filling in here in this series in Chicago. And Mike Montgomery, who started on Thursday, done, and the third Cubs pitcher Dylan Flo coming out here in the fourth.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
We're in the fourth. Pirates scored 10 times in the first. They've added another here. And threatening here with a couple of outs. Still a beautiful afternoon to enjoy something to eat. Maybe hang out with Clark the Cub. Boy, it looks different around here, doesn't it? All sorts of new buildings going up here in Wrigleyville.
Yeah, it's amazing. We never saw grass in this end of Chicago, except here at the ballpark, of course, not outside or around it, not just a bunch of buildings. Is Floro, just a couple of appearances, 6 1/3 innings, 8.53 ERA.
And that shoots through. Cervelli with 5 RBIs today. A grand slam in the first. A 2-out run scoring single. The Pirates have a dozen.
That's the one thing about Francisco Cervelli. He doesn't give away at bats. He doesn't care about the score. Stays inside a fastball. That ball was in, maybe off the plate even. And he pulled the hands in. Finds the hole up the middle.
That ties Cervelli's career best. 5 runs batted in. Andrew McCutchen followed Cervelli's grand slam with a home run of his own. And Gosling, pinch hit walk, he's the lead runner. That run charged to Montgomery. The owners hit him.
Pitch at 86. Maybe a slider that didn't slide. Not exactly sure, but there was not much movement except for Andrew moving out of the way. That ball just ran out of his hand.
out to right. Hayward is there. Pirates pick up 2 more. They've got a dozen. Leading the Cubs 12-1.
It's time for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV 4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
And the Pirates getting closer to doing just that. They might put another L flag up here in Chicago. Pirates trying to take 2 out of 3 here at Wrigley and 5 out of 6 so far this season. So Chad Kuhl, 3 innings on 2 days rest. Wade LeBlanc now coming on.
For the 34th time, 47 2/3 innings, 36 punch outs, 9 walks.
And as usual these days, it is packed to the gills here at Wrigley. And many folks were just settling into their seats after getting a hot pretzel. Salt or no salt?
Salt.
Absolutely. Just making sure, Rob. 10 first inning runs for the Pirates. First time they've done that in 28 years. Affectionately referred to as the Jim Rucker game.
Well, we know Bob Locke pitched for the Pirates. Who pitched for the Phillies?
Ooh, good question. I think turn that one over to Jason Steele. He'll tell us. He's always got all that info. June 8th, 1989. Well, Schwarber was not on the earth yet. Neither was a hot dog man, I don't think. I've done that before. That's a heavy load. I almost fell over. It's motivation to sell him and try to get that hot water a little less. Broke his bat and right into the shift. 1 out.
That deception from Wade LeBlanc. Just knows how to locate, get weak contact. You know by now he doesn't throw very hard, but sneaky with the fastball, moving in and out. Not afraid to pitch in.
Contreras for the base hit his first trip. Chad Kuhl gave up a run in 3 innings. And Contreras is 2 for 2. Cubs hit.
Went in on Contreras and tied him up a little bit. Didn't get all of it, but enough of it.
Now Hayward. The way that Wade LeBlanc pitched, he was a huge help to the Pirates early on this season, pitching in a variety of roles. Ran into a spell where it allowed runs in many of his outings. He's been back lately to better form, but here now with 2 men on in his first inning of relief.
It looked like he just tried to throw a little get me over breaking ball in there to Hayward, but Hayward wasn't taking the breaking ball. With those long arms extended on the pitch that was up and out over the plate.
So 2 on for Chicago. And the last time that was the case was last inning, and Anthony Rizzo grounded into a double play. Now Russell. Think about some of why the Cubs have struggled this year. Among the performers, I mean, Russell, a young shortstop, drove in 95 runs last year. This year, hitting in the low 200s. The Cubs as a team have not cashed in with runners in scoring position. It's 205 for Russell coming in.
I mean, Schwarber missed most of last year, but obviously you expect more production from him. He came in hitting 177. Zobrist hitting just 214. Not in the lineup today, but Bryant not putting up MVP numbers. Rizzo has the power numbers. But yeah, there's some inconsistency with the offense as well as the pitching.
I mean, Bryant has 10 more RBIs than Adam Frazier does. You know, and Frazier's batted as a leadoff man.
Yeah.
So it just gives you an idea. Schwarber is coming back from a minor league stint. So the Cubs getting a lot of underperformance. Whereas last year, you know, they got the max. I mean, they really did get, not to say these guys aren't talented enough to do this in future years, but they got, you know, career seasons from just about all their players. Jake Arrieta, coming off of a Cy Young Award season last year, was an All-Star in 16.
And luckily for the Cubs, the Pirates, the Cardinals still have a shot at the division. Still a lot of ball games left.
The Pirates trying to win those games within the division. They would go to 14 and 18 today in the division, and that will have to better in the second half of the season to make a serious run at things. Well, the Cubs aren't going away. They have loaded the bases here with 1 out. And to see that flag continue to move up, that's the standings. Black and gold. Get that near the top of that chart and eventually to it. You can start with a series like this or a road trip like this. After that disappointing sweep at the hands of the Giants at home, 3 out of 4 against the Phillies, and today would be 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. Dylan Floro gets to bat with the bases loaded.
And the Pirates still have 44 games against the Central after the break. 73 games remain after today. 44 against the Central. So obviously win a bunch of those.
at second, and they barely get it out at first. And that ends the inning.
Yeah, with some indecision out there. Some folks in the Pirates defense wasn't sure if that was the second and third out. Now they're coming off the field.
And did they get them both?
The play at second's the one that I think they're going to question. Watch how close this is as Jordy takes it himself.
I think he just got there. And he just got there. Wow, they were both very close. The Cubs have already won a challenge today. He's out. And just asking for more time. Adrian Johnson says you got to make a decision here. And they're going to look at this. So Joe Madden, faced with a edict to challenge or not, is going to elect to challenge here.
I guess they're going to challenge to play it first.
We go down as a 6-3 inning ending double play. Cubs have won a challenge already. Now it's a 12-1 game. Why not? Just throw on the headsets and hope for the best. So this is the play they're challenging.
Pretty close.
Anything definitive to say?
Not really.
Otherwise, the call is out on the field. It's got to be clear that Floro beat the relay. Look at our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl. Very close.
I don't know if that's enough.
Very close. Has to contact the interior of the glove. That's when, and still an out. So the Cubs are out of challenges. The double play ends the inning. So 2 hits and 2 left for Chicago. It stays 12-1. The Pirates converted that inning-ending double play.
Yeah, that would have been a hard one to take if they were both safe. You saw how close it was to both runners being safe. As Mercer decides to take it himself, gets him barely, and the relay barely. I mean, you can make an argument that Floro was safe, but it's not clear and convincing.
So he grounds into an inning-ending double play, and Wilson Contreras moves out from behind the plate to play first. He'll play there from time to time, so I get him some experience there. Same thing with the rookie catcher Caratini. So he's back there, and Rizzo is out, giving him the rest of this one off. Dylan Floro grounded into that double play ball, back out for a second inning of relief. The third Cubs pitcher today. David Freese reaching on that fateful error in the first, and then it walked twice against Mike Montgomery. Right to Happ. And our day automotive this day in Pirates history, and on this date last year, we remember it well. Josh Bell in his second career plate appearance, a pinch hit grand slam, one of 4 home runs on the day for the Pirates, as Pittsburgh celebrating its bicentennial, and a memorable night. Cubs, of course, at first place at that time, and it was a rousing game as well. He got a curtain call and even gave Clint Hurdle goosebumps, he said after the game.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Watching Andrew McCutchen watch Josh Bell come out and doff his cap. Interesting.
A.J. Schugel loosening. He's not appeared with the Pirates yet this season. Bell in that game, his second career game. First Pirate since R.C. Stevens. That early in his career to come up with a pinch hit home run. That was in 1958. So you just don't see stuff like that very often. And that little cameo, every time he came up, it was a pinch hit for Bell, and then went back down, came back up for good, and now on his way to a perhaps record-setting rookie season. Bell not only may break the Pirates' rookie home run record, he's well ahead of pace to do that, but it might also be the best rookie switch hitter in terms of hitting home runs in baseball history. Already on his way to doing that. Pirates go down quietly in the 5th. 6-pitch inning for Dylan Floro, and the Pirates leading 12-1. Staff has done a great job this year at keeping the Pirates healthy for the most part all year. Our Allegheny Health Network injury update right now: no Pirates on the disabled list. The only team in baseball to not have anybody on the DL, and the Cubs with 3. That's a low number. We've seen, I don't have the exact figures, but I'm sure record numbers of players on the DL now that it's been shortened from 15 days to 10. Teams with more invested money-wise in players. And now A.J. Schugel for the first time this season with the Pirates.
And this season with the Indians, 3-1, a 4.17 ERA, 36 strikeouts, 36 2/3 innings.
Working to the top of the Cubs order. So LeBlanc goes an inning. Schugel may be asked to give the Pirates some length here. Pitcher's fielding practice.
Nice little backhanded play by Josh Bell, looking more and more comfortable. I know we talk about it just about every time he hits a ground ball, catches ground ball, but he does. He looks just so comfortable. Nice little pick. Opted to go with the flip.
He's working hard at trying to get better over there, and you know, now whenever there's a kind of an in-between play or a challenging play, it's not automatic that Bell does not make the play. He's been making more and more of those. It's been a steep learning curve for him, but you think about the way that he played at first base in April versus today, and there's a noticeable difference.
Yeah. Getting off the ball better. I think the first step has been better. Just tell he's more comfortable.
Bryant, throughout his career, very comfortable against the Pirates. A 377 career batting average. Has walked twice today. Cubs took the opener in the series. Pirates rebounding with a solid contribution last night. They scored 10 in the first here today and are rolling.
Chris Bryant questioning that last strike call.
Look at our UPMC strike zone. Number 4 right in that box.
I could be wrong. Maybe he wasn't questioning it. Pretty good pitch to hit. Maybe he's like, why didn't I swing at that? And that happens from time to time. And, that ball not hit all that well. That's why it didn't carry out to Jose Osuna.
In case you're wondering why Osuna the other night, remember he had those 3 outfield assists. It's the only Pirate, as far as we could go back in records, that's at least 8 decades, where he directly threw out 3 base runners. So no relay on his 3 outfield assists. Will always be remembered as the game he had to come out for defense. Harrison plays it nicely off the wall, and that keeps Bryant at third on that ripping double by Caratini.
His first hit.
And he'll remember that one in his 10th at bat.
That was a bullet too. I mean, I didn't think it was going to carry that far out off the bat. I thought maybe Josh Harrison had a shot, and it just took off, getting all the way to the wall in left field, just under his name. Josh Bell does a nice job playing it off the brick wall, gets it back in, but not before Josh Harrison, that is, not before Caratini gets in the second.
341 down at AAA Iowa, so no one can hit. Ian Happ struck out both times today. The Cubs have had some threats here, but Pirates have gotten a couple double play balls to keep them at a singular run. Martini, born in Puerto Rico. Trade the second out for the run, making it a 10-run deficit for the Cubs again.
Nice little play there by Max.
He's shown a good glove out there. I know he hasn't hit a whole lot so far in his cameo with the Pirates, but he's in 3 different positions. He can fit.
Yeah, range. We'll see him moving to his left, and that takes a little bit of a deeper route to get a better hop. Soft hands, easy throw.
Now Schwarber doubled and weakly lined out today. Argentini after his first big league hit at third.
I'd like to say hello and congratulations to Bill and Trish Harper. I don't know how they're listening because they are here celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. So Bill and Trish Harper, congrats on 50 years.
That is quite the achievement. Looks like they've had a little while together too. Ah, yes. MLB.TV, that's maybe how they watch it. Every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. It's Schwarber to pop up. And Harrison will come on. And we've got 5 in the books here this afternoon. AJ Schugel and the Pirates leading by 10.
Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Colorado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
And Rock, in your tips to win for today, you advised the Pirates, whose first name started with J, to do things offensively.
That's right. I mean, we needed the Jays to be big today, and boy, have they ever been. All 4 of them. Josh and Jose and Jordy. Big contributors.
The Fs have been big today. Francisco Cervelli, he gets an A. 5 RBIs for him today. Albert Almora Jr. now in center field batting 7th. Hayward is out. Jay swings over to right. And Jordy Mercer. Jordy Joe Mercer. He's double J. Just for added effect. Mercer today is driven in 3 with his 2 hits. Pirates have worked 6 walks today. Part of the benefit. Make it 7. Home runs today from Cervelli and McCutchen back-to-back in a 10-run first inning. The Pirates chasing John Lester out after 2/3. Everybody scored for the Pirates in that first inning except for Chad Kuhl, who gave himself up on a sacrifice.
Yeah, what a fun inning.
28 years since you saw 10-0 after 1. Making a deft play over there.
Fortunate for Max. Moroff looking for a base hit. Happ taking it away. Ranging far to his left. In this situation for Max, you're like, oh, why isn't he playing in double play position? Why isn't he further up the middle? Why does he have to rob me of a hit? I'm the one that needs a hit.
A.J. Schugel, the pitcher. Jameson Taillon scratched today with flu-like symptoms right before the game, so Chad Kuhl gets 2 at-bats today, and A.J. Schugel gets an at-bat in his first game with the Pirates all year. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, never know what's going to happen.
Schugel's a decent hitter. 123 down in the minors with a home run that came a couple years ago. Slow enough that Russell can get in front of it. Keep moving up Mercer, but now 2 away. Dylan Floro, the 3rd Cubs pitcher today. John Lester threw 53 pitches, got 2 outs. Shortest outing of his career. After 335 starts. Josh Harrison batting for the 5th time. We're in the 6th. Been a fun one to watch. Well, for Gosselin, who's appeared in the game, and Trevor Williams on the right. Contreras doesn't have a play now, and a run will score.
Give him a knock. Does he get a knock? I mean, he mistimes his jump. He kind of goes up a bit early. It's still in his glove.
Contreras, who just came out from behind the plate, limited experience at first.
Yeah, and Floro's just watching. It's a spectator because he figured it's either going to get caught or end up in right field.
And it will be a hit for the All-Star.
Maybe take that. That's a nice little gift.
The Cubs have been gracious hosts. So a run batted in. His 28th. Scoring for the 3rd time. The Pirates lead back up to 11. Cervelli has driven in 5 today for the 2nd time in his career. The last time was 7 years ago. With a grand slam off Lester. Great at bat in that first inning. It was 1-2. Then he took a somewhat close pitch to make it 2-2. Then he took a close pitch away to make it 3-2. Fouled one off, and then on the 8th pitch, Floro trying to get Cervelli, a little adventurous, trying to get Contreras some work over there. Pirates pick up a run. 13-2.
Josh Harrison with an RBI there in that last half inning. And after he reached first base, looks back to the bench. Not one pump, but yeah, raise him twice. Here's another reason to raise it. His birthday yesterday here in the Windy City. In fact, his wife Brittany put together a surprise party for Josh and a few friends / teammates at RPM Steak here in Chicago. So a great weekend for him. And John, I know that you and Bob can put him away as far as steaks. Why were we not invited? That's a good place.
That looks good. And thank you, Danny, as Josh Harrison celebrating big 3-0 and an exciting time for a lot of the Pirates as their wives expecting, as you can see in the picture there. AT CHN making his Pirates debut for the season. Really was a helpful reliever last year.
Indeed.
Cubs half of the 6th features Contreras. Then Almora and Russell. Pirates with 10 runs in that first inning. And that's you know, well, we were talking about it right after the inning, that you can let a game sneak away from you, as the Pirates know from the last time they scored 10 runs in the first inning. But right now the trio of Kuhl, LeBlanc, and Schugel were all filling in for Jameson Taillon, who was a late scratch today because of flu-like symptoms. Doing a nice job of keeping the Cubs at bay.
And with hitter-friendly conditions here at Wrigley Field, you know, to go and just give up a couple through 5, nice work. The Cubs have had some opportunities, but the Pirates, a couple double play balls to thwart any type of big inning.
Yeah, multiple men on for the Cubs in each of the last 4 innings. And Schugel strikes out Contreras to start the 6th. And let's check in with Robbie and Smrokowski with a game break. Thanks, Robbie. We'll be back with Robbie after the break. Thanks again to Danny Potash for filling in. A lot of Bucco fans having a nice time here today. Early lead. 10 in the first. Yeah, the Cardinals, you know, it's funny. A lot of the household names that they've had through the years have not been performing up to what they've done. These guys like Tommy Pham, who homered today, Paul DeYoung, who had some good numbers in the minors. Those are going to be the guys that are probably going to have to lead the Cardinals if they're going to be a team above 500 this season.
Richard Piscotty. Again, well, then you still have Molina there, who's obviously still a great player and handling the pitching staff. He's been swinging the bat better of late. But yeah, different crew for the Cardinals than we've seen in the past.
I still think it is very difficult to handicap this division. As you know, we're going to take a break. We're going to reset. We're going to see what's going to happen in the second half, and it's still very, you know, relatively close for the top four, even really the Reds, somewhat hanging around in terms of, you know, what could happen. And it's hard to get a feel because, you know, the Pirates have played the Cubs very well. I don't know. You know, the Cubs could go and have a magical second half like everyone expects, or they could keep playing the way that they have. You know, the Cardinals, because of their great pedigree and what they've done, you think they're going to turn around, but the way that the Pirates play them, we've not seen anything that really has stuck out just yet to see the Cardinals turn around. Now the Pirates, you could say the same with the Pirates. They have shown flashes, but nothing consistently to make you think just yet that the second half is a big boom. Who knows what's going to happen? And Milwaukee, of course, everyone expects, well, because the Brewers haven't won anything in a while, they're going to fold that up. But they haven't played amazingly either, but they just happen to be on top at the moment with a young group. It's going to be a wild second half, I think.
The Cubs haven't played their best ball. The Pirates haven't played their best ball. The Cardinals haven't played their best ball. It's going to come down to consistency and not just mostly with your pitching, but the offense. I mean, it'll certainly happen if Gregory Polanco continues to swing the bat the way he has recently. You know, adding Starling Marte into the lineup here in a couple of weeks. What difference does that make? I mean, I like the Pirates starting pitching rotation. I think that you can argue that the Pirates have the best rotation with Garrett Cole and Ivan Nova, Jameson Taillon, and Chad Kuhl and Trevor Williams have pitched well.
When you're getting to the point, yeah, this might be the most complete rotation as of July the 9th in the division. Everyone's fine. It's least arguable. And, you know, are we at the beginning of seeing Pirates pitching go and be as consistent? They had a 2.75 ERA for July, second best in baseball. We're only a few days into the month, and as we can see, one day can change a lot if you have one really good or poor game. But well, maybe that's a continuation. The starting pitching has been decent.
Boy, he played perfectly.
Get the final out on the Cubs pitcher. Hit a man left through 6. Pirates enjoying a one-sided game. 13 and the Cubs 2 as we start the 7th. And the Pirates invite you to bring the whole family to enjoy a Kids Day next Sunday when the Pirates host the Cardinals at 1:35. All kids 14 and younger receive a WB Mason collectible truck. Plus, before the game, you can enjoy the family fun zone out on Federal Street. And then after the game, kids can run the bases. Go to pirates.com/kidsdays and get your ticket. And come on out. Have some fun. Oh, that one is conflicted. It's starting to make the conversion. Pirate hat. Royals fan is still learning too, but that's all right. After what they've seen today, I think the black and gold will start sneaking into their wardrobe a little bit. Dylan Floro in his 4th inning of relief. John Lester went 2/3. Mike Montgomery went 3. And now McCutchen, who homered back in the 2nd, 17 home runs before the break. He's been on base half the time. A .500 on base percentage since May 26th. So over 6 weeks. Mora has the first out.
He's been hit with 2 strikes. Didn't matter the count. In, out, up and down. Just protecting here. This hanging breaking ball was well off the plate, but it's a little too much of it. I thought maybe off the bat it'd be off the end and it would fall in for him, but carries out the center. Again, showed you at the beginning of this game, Andrew McCutchen, and how much more plate coverage for the last 6 or so weeks.
Talking things over with Garrett Cole and Josh Harrison. Adam Frazier pinch hitting for David Freese. Average down to 255. I don't think you'd see that after what he did in that Atlanta series. Eye-popping.
Yeah, amazing. We never saw Adam Frazier struggle at the big league level.
Did this in his last 20, and this is a chance for him to maybe get a hit or 2 before the break and go into it feeling a little better.
I thought that was a slump-proof swing. Not a whole lot of movement for Adam Frazier. Not with the hands or the feet.
And that's one way to get aboard, but a painful one. Second hit batter today. Neither have been Josh Harrison.
He hit the top of that left foot.
Got some shoe polish on it. Used to do that back in the old days. Put a whole bunch of shoe polish on there. Show the umpire. Look, look, look. Got me. Now Josh Bell drove in the game's first run, part of that 10-run first inning. 2 hits in that first inning.
I wonder if the cleats are polished nowadays. They used to be.
Sometimes you see some different material on them too, so not really sure. Those look like more of a traditional model. Sometimes you see some of that patent leather on there and stuff you can't really, or bright colors that you wouldn't really polish.
It's amazing. There's so many different kinds of shoes we see nowadays. And it's almost like, I mean,
not going to polish those.
Players used to be able to go through a pair of shoes and wear the same pair all year long. Now it seems like there's a different style almost every game.
I don't have the number, but I think the Pirates should probably end up wearing about 10 different uniforms this year.
Yeah.
They used to do that, but they all were black and gold. Now there's light blue and pink and the digital camouflage and the different holidays. Red, white, blue. Happ will get one there and two. So we'll take a stretch here. And the Pirates still resting on their laurels and getting some good pitching. A 13-2 lead.
Brought to you by Barrel. With express service, you're in and out in no time. Visit barrelservice.com to find a location near you. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Game! Let's get some runs! Let's go!
Kid dressed up like Harry Carey. He was probably born after Harry passed away. It's still a tradition here in Chicago. They'll sing it every now and then. Now it used to be every day for a long, long time. And now on Sundays they still do it. Not as festive though for the Cub fans as the Pirates throttling 10 runs in that first inning. Gregory Polanco just in the ball game. Records the first out in the Cubs' 7th. He has moved over, or come into the game to play center field, I should say. As Andrew McCutcheon now getting the rest of the day off. Adam Frazier stays in the game to play out in left field. And the All-Star Josh Harrison moving over to third base. Chris Bryant, 2 walks and a single today. And Mercer from the outfield grass. And Robbie checks in with another game break. So it can be worse for the Cubs, who are within 11. Thanks, Robbie. 2 home runs today for Correa. Pirates hitting back-to-back home runs in that 10-run first. And slammed by Cervelli, and then McCutcheon over, chasing Lester out of the game after 2/3. The shortest ever start A souvenir. Yeah, 10. Not seen that against with Pittsburgh here at this old ball yard before. Have to go way down the hall to get that number. They're all hanging up behind there.
That Houston squad, no, all the people are talking about them. It doesn't seem like. And that they may be the best team in baseball. They can hit, that's for sure.
They have the best record in the American League, a half game behind the Dodgers overall to start the day. Best offense in baseball in terms of runs scored. They're averaging almost 6 runs per game. 5.8 coming in today. The run differential, the best in the league. Martini just got his first major league hit. Now he's got 2. But yeah, Houston. You know what? You know what's the outfit that got on the 17 Astros bandwagon first? Sports Illustrated. They wrote an article back in 2014, and they were talking about how Jeff Luna was, you know, they blew up the Astros. They got rid of all their established players, and they were having all these high draft picks, and that they were going to be the team to reckon with in 2017. And sure enough,
wow,
they are.
Yeah, they are.
They had George Springer on the cover, and he might be one of the best players in baseball now. All of a sudden, and we don't see them like we used to all the time. So maybe we don't think about it as much, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting run for them. They've got a huge lead of 15.5 starting the day over second place Texas. No other team is at or above 500 in that division.
They will just coast to the finish line. I doubt that anybody will come close to them. So a pretty relaxing second half, you would think.
Kind of the feeling the Cubs had last year. I mean, they were so dominant early. Andy Butler starting to loosen for the Cubs. He started the first game of this series. So with Lester only going 2/3 today, the Cubs needing a whole bunch of guys to contribute. Schugel came on in the 5th inning. This is his 3rd inning of relief.
Good changeup. This will probably be it as Marinez loosens. Schugel now at 42 pitches.
When you get through this one, then you can ask Marinez for 2, and there's your equation.
Let's call it a half.
And looks like that will do. So A.J. Schugel in his season debut with the Pirates chips in 3 innings today, and the Pirates still cruising. all-time low. Maybe not for the Cubs, but here today it's been all Pirates. 13-2 through 7 innings. And a 10-run first inning, compelling the Pirates. And Tommy La Stella is now in the game at third base. So Chris Bryant out from that spot. And the third member of the 4 currently active out of the Cubs starting rotation will pitch in this game. Eddie Butler just started on Friday.
That is strange. 4-3, 386 ERA.
So with John Lackey on the DL, 3/4 of the Cubs rotation is pitched today.
That is really strange.
Montgomery went 3 innings after starting on Thursday. And now Butler, who pitched 4+ on Friday in this series, is pitching. The Cubs have 7 other relievers available out of their bullpen. Maybe trying to get Butler an inning instead of side work today going into the break, who knows. Having the break after this changes convention somewhat. Jamison Tyone scheduled to start the game scratched with flu-like symptoms. So Chad Kuhl went today after starting on Thursday. And he pitched 3 innings. LeBlanc an inning and then Schugel for 3. There is Schugel due up 4th this inning. Jordy Mercer today has driven in 3. 2-run single in that 10-run first, and then an RBI double, scoring Oshima in the 4th. Now toward the gap, but Almora cuts it off.
2 of the hardest hit balls by Mercer this afternoon were just like that. They were outs. The other 3 at bats, he reached safely on a hit double walk, but 2 bullets to center.
Andrew McCutchen off for the rest of the day. He homered as part of that 10-run first inning. Trying to get Max Moroff in on the action. He's 0 for 3 today. Pirates have 11 hits. And Butler with a quick inning. It's down 1-2-3 in the 8th. Still leading 13-2. Pirates looking to take 2 out of 3. One of baseball's iconic structures has been a friendly confines for the Pirates so far, looking to take 5 out of the first 6 this season here in Chicago and go to the break winning 2 out of 3. Hey, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. 13-2 Pirates, leaving many fans dizzied as they leave the ballpark today. Stewart gets some action in behind the plate. And the new battery is Yan Marinez comes on.
Marinez, 4.24 ERA, 33 punchouts, 20 walks, and 40 in the 3rd innings of work.
Kyle Schwarber starts things for the Cubs. Pirates never let the Cubs have that big inning, even though they did threaten a couple of occasions. Had 2 men on, nobody out in the 3rd inning. And the bases loaded with 1 out in the 4th. In neither inning did they score. And then after that, it pretty much has felt like this, just moving through and getting to vacation time.
Yeah. Trying to collect outs.
Right to Bell. And Schwarber is 1 for 4 today.
Yeah, you get into games like this. I mean, there are certain hitters that talk about it with Francisco Cervelli all the time. He never gives it away in a bat. Doesn't matter the score, who's pitching. He's up there grinding. Other guys, maybe trying to be a little too aggressive. Maybe trying to hit a ball out of the ballpark, end up chasing a pitch, make a quick, easy out.
Contreras 2 singles today in 3 at bats.
Foul ball right off the mask of Chris Stewart and gets a piece of the home plate umpire. Looks like everybody's okay.
He said that he has never suffered a concussion all those years behind the plate. So 2 up and 2 down for Marinez. Can you imagine coming to the game today, like if you're a Cubs fan and you, all right, it's Sunday, you're gonna have everything, and before you know it, your Cubs are down 10-0. Pirates delivering a quick wallop, and that's been the look for the last 3 hours. Almora 2 for 2 today. And for the Bucco fans, just quietly enjoying this one. Now you think about that, if you made your way out, a lot of fans here in and around Chicagoland, of course, but you know, I ran into some guys on Friday that who made the trip in because they wanted to see Wrigley Field. Great place to watch the Pirates on the road. You come all the way here, and this is the game you pick, right?
Yeah.
You're up 10-0. You get to brag the whole game. Perfect. Everyone beside you, real quiet. Maybe even open a few seats up next to you. People take off early. Oh, that hit the netting.
Thank goodness for that.
That's a good combination right there.
Pucks and pucks.
A lot of Pirate fans. Yeah, leaving the game yesterday. Many of the younger set reveling in the nearby establishments. Russell said to beat it out. Oh, I thought he had him. Pirates have not used a challenge yet today, so they're going to challenge this. Why not?
We'll take a look. It looks like he's out.
Bell doing his Rockette impression there.
That's a heck of an effort by Moroff. I mean,
left side.
he's made a few of those since he's been called up. That on the run, going up the middle, throwing across the body. You see a lot of the Pirates walking off the field. They're expecting it to be overturned after seeing the replay.
Allegheny Health Network Super Mo. Right. It has contacted the interior of the glove. Yes, it should be overturned, and it is. Pirates win the challenge. Moroff with a stellar play, and that ends the Cubs' 8th inning. We'll go to the 9th. The Pirates lead by 11. Here in Chicago, Pirates go into the All-Star break strong, and Max Moroff making a terrific play, really showing great range, getting Russell out to end the inning after the Pirates win the challenge.
On top of it, wasn't hit all that hard, and so for him to go across second base on the shortstop side of the infield and be able to get rid of it that quickly, get that strong of a throw off. Even though Mercer was heading towards that direction and behind him and wouldn't have had to throw across his body, I don't think Mercer could have thrown him out. I think Moroff cutting in front. Heck of a play.
So a rare at bat for Yad Marinez. He's wanted to get his first big league hit. He's only had 6 tries before, so.
Frazier and Moroff thinking, man, it's been such a struggle for us, and then this guy goes up there and rips a line drive, first pitch he sees in a month or months.
Been that kind of day for the Buccos. They can enjoy it. Marinez will have to wait for his next opportunity. He was trying, though. So Eddie Butler, who started the opener of this series, on for his 2nd inning of relief here in the 9th. John Lester started the game. He went 2/3, gave up 10 runs. Talking hitting tips. Poole got 2 at bats today. Schugel batted and Marinez batted. That means it's going one way or the other.
Yeah.
After McCutcheon with a home run today, trying to tell Marinas how next time. So what you got to do is Josh Harrison with his 6th plate appearance. A couple of hits, reached on a walk, drove in a run. His next game is Tuesday in Miami. Nova having some fun with that. Cracked into center. Almora back, and there it goes, carrying out of here. Josh Harrison with a 9th inning homer, getting ready for the All-Star game with home run number 10. Still counts.
How about that? I mean, that's some pop there from J-Hay. Crushes it. Then you wonder if J.A.'s like, hey, why don't I get an early day? Why don't you give me a rest here the last few innings? Well, he wants to hit. He wants to collect more hits. 6th plate appearance. His 3rd hit. His 10th homer.
Only the 4th home run allowed by Butler all year. 10 home runs before the break for Josh Harrison.
Squared it up. He knew he hit it good. He knew it had a chance. But even with the score 13-2, Josh Harrison hitting a ball hard, still running hard all the time, every at bat. There's no jogging. He hits it and takes off.
Kept on carrying out of here. Statcast says 422 feet. Always playing the game at 100%. And he'll go into the All-Star game feeling good. RBI single on a ball that popped out of the glove of Contreras. And then one that no one could take away from him. Home run. Stewart batting for the first time is the 2nd out. Good day for J.A. 3 for 5. A couple of RBIs, 3 runs scored. After having his 30th birthday off yesterday. And these kids with great seats have been able to high-five their favorite players around the Pirates dugout throughout the day. Maybe one guy's favorite players.
Some new favorite players.
Polanco makes the final out. And the Pirates have another season high 14 today. And a dozen-run lead. extending the Pirates lead to 14-2. He's heading to the All-Star game, and a lot of kids, where do they get their start? Well, of course, in the Little League. Thanks for sending all your tweets around #BucksBooth. That guy getting a game-winning double and was named the MVP at the Westwood tournament. So congratulations to him. Thanks for sharing those. Jan Marinez in his second inning of relief. Jameson Taillon scratched about a half hour before this game was supposed to start. So Chad Kuhl, who started on Thursday, went 3. LeBlanc went an inning. Schugel 3. And now Marinez trying to wrap it up. La Stella, Jay, and then the pitcher spot for the Cubs. Down a dozen in the 9th. Last time the Pirates scored 14 against the Cubs, 2010. That was number 14 right there on the home run. To Polanco. And the Stella's at second.
Kind of a late read and late break from Polanco, and when you see it, just misses his glove by about a foot or two. That first step makes a world of difference. Good first step. It's an out.
Estella gets double, but most of the time that would result in an out. And Jay 0 for 3 today. We'll walk back in the 3rd. Cubs have left at least a man on in every inning. It would be a lot to overcome a 10-run first inning deficit, but not help themselves with the few opportunities that they have had today. Oh, they're all chomping on some gum, so the dugout must have given them some chewing gum.
Filled their pockets.
The kid's hat's full. Look at that. They're racking up today.
Nothing like free stuff.
Free pass to Jay. And 2 men aboard for Chicago. And join us after the break on Friday as the Bucks will welcome the St. Louis Cardinals to town. Garrett Cole scheduled to start the Pirates in the second half, and our coverage begins at 6:30. With Pirates pregame presented by W.B. Mason. Chance to continue winning against the division.
It's a lot of gum.
Not just single bubble, double bubble. That was hit off Baez's foot. He's batting for Eddie Butler.
Instep.
Home runs for Baez. Will always take a mighty rip.
And again, I talked about it a little bit ago. Games like this, guys go up there and just look to hit the ball a mile. The approach is out the window. Let's just see how far I can hit one. And typically, you end up getting a lot of quick outs because of it. pace of play picked up considerably after about the third, fourth inning.
Yeah.
Guys just started swinging. I think there was almost 200 pitches through 4 innings between the two teams. And maybe just over 110 the last 5. So big difference. And the game's out of hand.
There's 89 between the two teams in the first inning. Gonna get 1 and 2, a double play, nicely turned. And that moves Estella to third, but now 2 away in the Cubs' 9th.
Nice little flip from Moroff to Mercer. Mercer chuckling a bit because he maybe thought that Moroff would take that himself. He was kind of moving that way. Oh, and a flip with the glove even.
Dicey. It worked. Looks pretty, but sometimes that can go awry, right?
Yeah, I would prefer to use the hand.
Work though. Now the Cubs down to their final out. Victor Caratini today came on halfway through it and registered his first 2 major league hits. Deep. And Polanco loses outlet. Will go down as a double. And a 3-hit day for Caratini, who didn't even start this one. So a couple of plays out there in center, hoping the Cubs get another run.
Got a better break on this one, but he felt that brick wall coming up on him. But it's in the glove, out of the glove.
There's no padding on that wall other than a few leaves. So it does intimidate. (14-3) now, and Ian Happ 0 for 4 today. That moves Caratini to third.
Searage is going to come out after this wild pitch. Boy, that looked like it might have hit Stewart in his bare hand. That was a fastball that was spiked.
So the conference has concluded. Just looking for that 27th out. Going to the break, taking 2 out of 3 from the Cubs after taking 3 out of 4 in Philly. So consecutive road series wins. A good start. Go into the second half with. There's that final out. And the Pirates, on the strength of that 10-run first inning, they would have won inning.
Yeah, I mean, what the nice way to finish out the first half. A nice road trip, coming on the road and being able to win 5 of 7, especially these division games. We've talked a lot about them, and